Good Friday morning. And if you're not watching this on a Friday, hopefully it's not a Monday. Hopefully it's not a Monday of a Tuesday. Now, I'm a little excited because it's Friday. Partially because it's cool enough to wear a long sleeve shirt representing one of my favorite places in the world, but also because Fridays have become a little bit of a tradition in our household. On Friday nights, my wife and I make pizza, whether that's a cauliflower crust or just a frozen pizza. She likes her half of the pizza to be cheese. I like mine to be pepperoni. And if you're used to adulting and you've owned an oven long enough or any other appliance long enough, you know that they're bound to fail to an extent. And that actually happened a couple weeks ago. I went into the kitchen, turned the oven on, set it to 375 to get a pizza going, and this happened. Wait for it. There were actually a lot more sparks the first time. This was a second follow-up to see what was going on. And it's not a fun feeling. One, you think the house is about to burn down, but two, I'm a little bit of a pessimist when it comes to appliances, mostly because I don't want to drop the money on a replacement that I think is probably not going to last me nearly as long as something built or made a while back. So when I saw the sparks in the oven, I got worried that I was about to have to go buy a new range. On the one hand, I do want a new range. This Frigidaire came with the house. It's got some wear and tear. Here later, you're going to see just how nasty it is, even no matter how much I've tried to clean it. And I would like a new one, but I don't want to have to pay for it right now. So I started to think about appliance repair people that could come and fix it for me. But then I started thinking, that's $150, $200, maybe even $300 to fix. I wonder if I can do it on my own. So I did a quick YouTube search, and sure enough, there are plenty of videos on how to replace the element in your range, and it's really quite simple. So the first thing I did was I tried to make sure that I would have the right part. Depending on what type of oven you have, it's going to be a different number, it's going to be a different shape, it's probably going to have different connections possibly. Called up my local Lowe's and they said it would be about a week, maybe even 2 weeks before they got the part. But here's where the guy earned bonus points with me. He reminded me that we have local shops here in Augusta and in Aiken and wherever else you're watching this from that carry these parts. Enter Fox Appliance for the win. Fox Appliance over here in Augusta has plenty of these elements on hand at all times in all shapes, sizes, for any kind of range. You just tell them the part number and they say, yep, come and get it. So after a quick trip there, a quick trip back to get the wallet because I left it in my bag, a quick trip back to Fox, and a quick trip home, I was ready to go. Just needed one more thing, and that is a 1/4 inch socket. You can either do the ratchet attachment or the screwdriver attachment, or my screws actually also had a Phillips head attachment, so you can do that if you'd like instead. So like I said, all you really need is a 1/4 inch or a Phillips head screwdriver. I wasn't really sure what I was getting myself into, so I grabbed my entire one portable tool set. Please ignore that god-awful makeshift tool bench in there. I promise I'm working on getting a little bit better organized. Once you've got the tools that you're going to want to use, whether it's the 1/4 inch or the Phillips head, go ahead and get rid of those racks from inside the oven so you have a little bit more room to work with, and take anything else off the stove top. Then pull the oven stove range out from the wall. That way you can more easily access the power cord. This is probably where a few people were going to be a little worried dealing with electricity, but as long as you unplug the oven, you won't have any issues, except for lighting. I used an aperture light that has magnets on the back. That way I'm able to see what I'm still doing. Once you've got your 1/4 inch or your Phillips head, go ahead and take both screws out. There should only be two, one on each side. But make sure you hold on to those screws. You're going to want to hold on to them for the new element. From what I can tell, most of them do not come with new screws unless you want to go get your own. Then you just pull the old element out and unhook the little wire. Be very careful, it is kind of fragile. Bend that wire just enough so that it doesn't sneak down back into that little hole, causing you a little bit more time and effort. Then all you got to do is hook up those two wires, one on each side again. Make sure that the element is facing the right side up, but be very careful not to either stab yourself or break that wire, and then slide the new element back into place. Then it's as simple as reapplying those two screws, one on each side. And plug her back in. I recommend that once you plug it in, before you move the range back into place, give it the old test. Turn the oven on, set it to a low temperature, about 350 or 375 as is the case here. When you turn the new element on for the first time, you're probably gonna see a little bit of that smoke that you see here. That's fine, it's just the new wearing off, so to speak. But as long as you see that beautiful orange-red glow, you're in business. All that's left is to put away your tools, throw away the old element, and there you go. So like I said, it's super easy to replace the element and not have to replace the oven, not have to get somebody else in, pay them to do the work that you can do yourself. In reality, it probably could have taken me less than 15 minutes, but I obviously set the camera up, tore the camera down, set the camera up, moved it around. Hopefully this video was good and informative for you and will help you not have to drop $200, $300, $700 on repairs or even a replacement. And if you liked this video, please hit subscribe and hit the like button. It really does help, especially somebody who's trying to get the follower count up a little bit and trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with this channel. If you liked this little do-it-yourself tutorial, let me know. I wouldn't mind doing a few more, but if that's not what you're really into, if you're kind of more into my drone stuff or some other highlight and B-roll things, let me know as well in the comments below. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in a future video.